I've heated up this rod and pushed that old bushing out of it. And I got my new bushings here that I need to push in them. And I'm gonna use my press. But here's the issue. She's not exactly rigid, so it doesn't make for a precision press. There you go. She's a lot sturdier than what she used to be. So this thing right here says not to use it until you bolt it to the floor. The only problem with bolting it to the floor is having access to both sides of it later or whatever, or if you got plenty of room in your shop, that's fine. I ain't got a lot of room, so anytime you're modifying something, you're modifying at your own risk. And you know, if you use these things, they're about death trap anyway. Right? So that's got you on the back side of it there. Hey guys, welcome back. If you've got one of these 12-ton presses or even the 20-ton press from Harbor Freight and it's a little wobbly or a little loose, and you know, check this video out. I think we have got this thing made into a precision tool. We took all the slop out of the side to side and the front to back as far as the working mechanism here, and got this thing where it is dialed in. So come on along, let's see what we're getting into. This is a 12,000 pound, this is one of the smaller Harbor Freight presses. And of course I can probably tighten these bolts up a little bit right here, but she's not exactly rigid, so it doesn't make for a precision press. And even if we get this snugged up here, we've got a little bit of wiggle in there. So I've got some ideas we bring in here and I'll show you a little bit. All right, so the first thing I've done is I've come in here and I took my Sharpie and I've marked around where this is gonna make contact at right here. And I'm gonna take these bolts out and take my little angle grinder with the sand thing on it. I'm gonna sand that off and we'll put this thing back together, kind of get it snugged and squared where we want it. And I'm gonna tack weld those a little bit and make sure we got everything kosher. And then I think I'm gonna weld that bad boy in all the way around through there. And we'll probably still put the bolts in it. I don't know if we'll need it or whatever, but I'm gonna weld that up solid where we got that flex taken out of it right there. And of course, if you've got one of these, you know how you are. This thing here just sits on those pins, so I'll just take that off. That's adjustable. And so on the bottom down here, this, what do I do with them pieces I've got here? I've got an old piece of scrap C-channel there that I may try to do something on the bottom with. I'll see what we can do with that C-channel on the bottom here and tying in, you know, across that right there and get this a little bit more solid on the bottom and weld that into place too. And try to leave this open from here all the way up to here so we can reset this wherever we want it to press whatever we need to press. And just on the, I mean, I've used this thing quite a bit and it's already starting to mushroom out right there on the bottom. So I'm gonna take this thing completely apart. I'm gonna take this off, and that's spring loaded, so that jack just sits on it and that jack screws into that piece right there. So I'm probably gonna take the jack completely out, take this out. And I've got a couple ideas. I don't know if I'll get to it today. We'll see how sturdy we can get the rest of this. Anyway, I'll try to figure that out. I'm gonna back you up here, put you on time lapse, and we'll yank this thing apart. So I'll get back with you here and give you an update here in a minute. Morning, we're back. Pulled this thing outside last night and spray painted it, and I'll bring you in here in a second and show you what we welded on that. All right, so give you a little walk around on this thing. So went ahead and welded this in all the way around on both sides and took the bolts out of it. And down here on the bottom, I went ahead and took that old piece of C-channel and cut it down to fit here and welded these into it, and just welded these pieces. That's the same angle iron that used to be on there that was bolted to this little old cross member here. So we just did away with that. So as far as sturdy, it don't give at all side to side. So, I mean, it's a little top heavy as far as back and forth this way, you know. I have debated on putting that thing on wheels, and I usually keep it sitting right over there in the corner. I like to have it where I could roll it out and use it, and then roll it back in there where you got access to both sides of it or whatever. So I had said when I was taking this jack out that it was screwed in the hole up there, but it ain't. It just sits in there like that and sits on top of this deal. It just sits on top of that deal right there. So I've got an idea on that thing too, because of the play that it's got back and forth right there. Kind of gives it a little bit of flex that you may or may not want in a certain situation. And I think I'm going to take my grinder and clean up that mushroom part on the top of that right there. So I'll bring you back in a minute and may put you on time lapse while I work on this, and I'll bring you back and show you what else we got. All right, I'm gonna bring you in here and show you the concept, and I am literally building this out of just scrap, just junk that I had on the shelf. So, and some old lawnmower idler pulleys. So basically, this is upside down, so it will flip over, and I'm gonna try to have this on the back. So you got this slotted thing right here, so we got adjustment, and that's going to ride against this right here, and hopefully with that wheel between this little notch right here, that'll keep it from going in and out, and then we can adjust it side to side, get our gap set between here, so that the idea is that this thing can still go up and down, but it's not going to be flopping back and forth, side to side and back to back. So let me put you back on time lapse, get this other one built. I still got to get this one drilled out, get the studs in it, get this other thing built here, and then we'll flip it over, put the jack and the springs back in there, and tie it back in and adjust it, and we'll see how it works. All right, so here's our finished product. Got her mounted on, that's actually two of those low roller things, kind of like that bucket sitting on over from Harbor Freight. I had some spare ones around here, so I'd rather have this thing on wheels. So, I mean, it ain't real sturdy like on the wheels, just side to side, but as far as the working mechanism, it ain't got no flex side to side, or this ain't got no flex either way. So let me show you how this deal works here. So I got these wheels running in there on that rail right there. If you can see that. Same deal over here. So set you up on the stand there, and I'll turn it to face you. Well, that's actually the back. This is actually the face here. We'll jack it up and then release it, and I'll show you how it works. All right, so that's got you on the back side of it there. So there you go. It's a lot sturdier than what she used to be. So this thing right here says not to use it until you bolt it to the floor. The only problem with bolting it to the floor is having access to both sides of it later or whatever, or if you got plenty of room in your shop, that's fine. I ain't got a lot of room, so anytime you're modifying something, you're modifying at your own risk. And you know, if you use these things, they're about death trap anyway, right? So right there is what you're pressing off of. And these right here come with it, and I have made these to cover that hole in there. So another thing I really didn't show you there is I took a 1-inch impact. I ground that mushroom head off of this piece here, and that 1-inch impact socket just slides right on there. So I put a little bit of electrical tape around it and tapped it with my rubber hammer. So it'll come off, but that's kind of a bushing of types, I guess, so kind of protect the end of that a little bit. And also my idea was, let me show you this. We've got a boatload of different size sockets over there, or extensions. You can pop that in there. See what that looks like on our bushing. We're gonna have to shoot. That's almost the perfect size to push that bushing in. We're gonna do. Of course, that'll work right there too. What we really want is we want this solid, where it's not wobbling back and forth like it was, and it's not. It's smooth. There's that thing on wheels that don't seem like it's all that solid, but all this is solid. So you're not getting any movement on this, where before it was kind of janky and going back and forth. So our oil journals are good, top and bottom. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me in the shop today. I hope you like what we did to this. Give me a comment if you think it's worth doing to yours, or if you got one. Worked great for me. I think we should have done this a long time ago. So anyway, not 100% on this thing. The wheel thing that I got on the bottom down there, I think I may change that in the future. And I've already drugged me up some extra stuff here. I think I'm going to go a little longer this way on both sides. And there's like 8 wheels on it now. It only needs 4, you know what I mean? And I don't think I'm going to have any trouble with it falling over or anything like that. But I would like it to be a little sturdier, and I'd like to make me some kind of a little bit of storage platform down there at the bottom that you can put these different kind of press tools and stuff down there where you kind of got them right there, easy accessible, you know. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for the future. Upcoming videos, we're going to get back on this tractor. Still don't have the block back yet from the machine shop or the crank or the flywheel, but I have got a bunch of parts in here as far as I can finish up all the rods. We did one of them on the press here today. I can get all 4 of those, get the pistons on those rods, and we can look at doing a little body work on the tractor. So we've got some more stuff filmed already, so come back next week, see what we're getting into. Like, subscribe, share. Thanks for watching.